Opportunities come across your path every day. It's your job to reach out there and grab them. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. That was the message that the Toastmasters International President, Mr. Mohammed Murad, told me 2 years ago. And when he told me that message, I said, that's for me. I was complaining at my job. I had a good job, but I wanted to do something else, and I was too afraid to jump outside my comfort zone. And I thought, there are opportunities coming across my path every day. These job opportunities come across for state jobs, and I've never taken them. So I said, tomorrow I'm going to apply for a state job. And I did, and you know what? I got an interview. So I went to that interview thinking like, okay, I'm in Toastmasters, I'm good at communication, and you know what? This was not Toastmasters. It was hard. I was sweating, I couldn't answer the questions. They weren't clapping for me every time I talked. So I failed the interview and did not get the job. I said, that's okay, there's more opportunities. I got the first one. So I sent in, over the next 6 months, I sent in 6 applications. I got exactly 0 interviews. I said, well, maybe I should focus on what I like to do, which is mapping. And once I did that, I got an interview, and then I got another interview, and the second interview, I started realizing what questions they were going to ask. So I was getting confident, and I was answering the questions and doing well. And I thought I was going to get the job in it a year ago, but it ended up going to this student who has just completed his master's degree in mapping. So, that kind of bummed me out. I hung my head thinking, like, am I ever going to get this opportunity? Well, you know what? My mom had gone back to college when she was in her mid-40s, about my age at that time, and she got her master's degree, and it really helped her. And I said, where's an opportunity? There's a community college right in Lansing that teaches these GIS classes. So, although I've got a bachelor's degree, it couldn't hurt, to go out and learn some more. So I did. I applied to LCC. Now, about this time, I want to tell you about a really important story that came along that really helped me grow, and you can all take note of this. I got an email from my boss, and it was asking the technicians who would like to do this workflow document for a conference that we're going to have at the end of the month. Now, I thought, I'm too busy for that. I'm working with Toastmasters over here. I've got my job over here. I'm going back to college. I do a bad job on it. So I ignored the email. I told my friend Mahesh, walking at lunch, Mahesh said, Greg, you need to do that workflow. I said, why? I'm not going to get promoted. It's just I'm going to look bad doing it because I don't have time. Greg, do it for your self-confidence. And I knew that he was right. So, reluctantly, I went back and said, I'll do the workflow, boss. Now, right away, I ran into problems. I had an application. I couldn't get it on my computer. After a few days, I got the app installed. Then security, I could not get the data put on my computer. And my boss, he realized it was a lost cause. He's like, that's all right, Greg. He patted me on the back. Thanks for trying. But I was not doing this for a promotion. I was doing this for me. And so I was determined to get it done. So I went down to the technology people, said, hey, I need to get security passed. Every day I'd go down, and I'd go down until I got past security. And I got the data on my computer, and I created that workflow. One day before the conference, I strode into my boss's office and said, hey, boss, I got that workflow done. He was happier than I was. He gave me a big high five. He's like, great going, Greg. You're in Toastmasters. Why don't you present that workflow at the end of tomorrow? I said, sure. So I presented the workflow. I got rave reviews for doing a great presentation, and my confidence went sky high, thanks to Mahesh, who had told me to do this, which in the past I would have never done. Now I began to look for opportunities to do challenging things. I thought, hey, if I can do this, what have I been saying no to? I can do all of these things. So I began to to accept challenges from people and complete them along with my other work. So another opportunity for an interview came across my desk. And I looked at it and it said, mapping. I like that. Travel to other cities and states for several days at a time? No, this job's not for me. Greg, why are you limiting yourself? If you do what you always done, you'll get what you always got. Was that Zig Ziglar who said that? I applied for the job. I got the interview, and I knocked it out of the park. June 1st of 2016, I got the phone call. Greg Geikema, will you accept the job in planning? Yes. Can you start in 2 weeks? Yes, I can. We're glad to have you, Greg. Goodbye. Well, hold on. You didn't tell me how much the job paid. It didn't matter what the job paid. I was so excited to take this new opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been at this job for 8.5 months. Do you know how long I've traveled? 0. 0 days of travel, and I almost didn't apply for the job. I love it. So the moral of the story is, opportunity is going to come to you, and you can't wait for someone else to give you your opportunity. You need to reach out there and grab your own opportunity by the horns. Don't wait 15 years for your opportunity like I did. Take your next opportunity. You'll be glad you did.